We've all seen the catalogs. I bet most of us have ordered from them a time or two. Aircraft Spruce and Specialty Company is a staple of aviation. You'll see them at the shows, but AOPA Live's Paul Harrop introduces you to the family behind the brand.
Aircraft Spruce had its beginnings back in Fullerton, California in the early 50s.
It's the post-war boom. Bob and Flo Irwin love aviation. They start Fullerton Air Parts and run it for about a decade before Flo decides to spend more time with her kids. They sell the successful business.
Well, that lasted about 6 months.
Flo is an entrepreneur at heart, and in her living room, she starts a new company, one that sold one product, aircraft-grade lumber.
She turned that single-page flyer on Spruce into a small catalog that included hardware and tubing and some instruments.
Over the next 15 years, the company grows, adding about 35 people. Flo's son Jim Irwin has never known a world without the company. He got to start there early in life.
Sweeping the floor down at Fullerton Air Parts, and then as I got to Aircraft Spruce in high school and college, I got into cutting wood and cutting metal, pulling parts, packing parts, and all the warehouse type operations, and I moved into the office.
These days, he's the president. He has a view from the top, but still knows all the workings of this intricate operation.
All of the products are barcoded, and they're identified by stock locations. Each part has its own dedicated location, so when the parts are received in by the receivers, it's important that they go, first they're labeled properly, and they go to the right location in the warehouse. If they don't, you have no chance of filling the order properly.
Flo Irwin passed away in 1989. She never got to see the company's 3 locations in 2 different countries.
We've been fortunate enough to be able to build the business into not only one of the largest suppliers to home builders in the world, but also aftermarket parts.
We've just worked hard and watched it grow and flourish, and it's been an exciting experience.
Even with all the growth, it's still a family-run shop. Jim's wife Nancy is the vice president and runs the company's accounting and data processing departments. And their 3 boys are ready to continue the family tradition.
I started getting in the business, working in the warehouse, labeling parts, pulling parts, stocking the store, doing pretty much every job there was. And now we've worked our way up to management, and all 3 of the brothers do different things in the company now.
Right. When we grew up, our dad flew us our whole life, and so we flew with him, played around at the airports, and eventually took up flying ourselves. We're both pilots.
And our little brother Rob,
right,
who is our brand development manager, he says he's going to get his license, so he's working on that.
We're pushing him.
Yeah,
we're definitely
so all
pushing
3 of
him.
us will be pilots soon.
Right.
It's been really exciting to see this 3rd generation of the Irwin family take an interest in the business.
Grandma Flo might not immediately recognize her little home business these days, but her boys have done well to keep the standards high.
So I think she'd be really pleased with what's going on. My dad is now 94. He lets me know quite often that he is real proud of the way Aircraft Spruce has grown and served the aviation community all these years.
And of course, they still sell the namesake product, and it's still hand-cut to order. Some things never change. In Corona, California, Paul Harrop, AOPA Live.
Thanks, Paul. Quite an aviation legacy there. Aircraft Spruce and Specialty supports general aviation in many